Good morning, students. In this lecture, we are going to explain about the file handling in C language. Okay. File handling means we are storing the data or program, right? So you are writing some program, then that program is going to be stored in the file, right? So you want to use the storage, right? So we are storing the data in the memory. Memory is a array of elements, right? So here we are having now, this is the memory where we can store the data and retrieve the data and manipulate something on the data, right? So here, if you are writing one file, the file you are writing one file, we are going to store that one. Then we are having now monitor. In that monitor, you are typing something, your program. Then the program is going to be stored on the file and stored on the memory in the form of file. Now, you want to retrieve that information from that file, then we have to, and also we can, if you are having some data, on the data, you want to process something for getting the some information from the data. So, from the file system is going to be used for store the data, retrieve the data, and also manipulate the data. So, store, retrieve means access, and manipulate the data permanently on the disk. So we are having a hard disk. In the hard disk, we want to store the information and retrieve the information. You want to manipulate something on that one, we can. So suppose you are having your biodata. Now the biodata, we are typing the biodata and we are storing the biodata in the file, right? Now whenever you need, you are retrieving the biodata. And something you are having that extra information, you are updating that one, we can update that one. So that is manipulate, like we are having now, right? Now how we can access the file through a C program for reading and writing as well as manipulating the data. We are going to see now. Here, what it is, right? The file storage is the permanently in storage, right? So if you are having that C drive, so this is a hard disk, right? In the hard disk, your folder, then on that folder, you are having a file. So next time, if you want to open that one, we can open that file. So the file is here, we are having permanently in storage. Okay. Now we can have now that without file handling, we are using the data and the data is lost at the program end. Now, if you are we are placing the data in the file, whenever we need, we can get it now. The data saved permanently on the right on the drive as a file. Then that without file handling, we can have some. We are writing some program and we are giving the some data and we are getting the result, right? So that is suitable for a small data. So at the time of execution, then we are giving the input and we are getting the data, right? So here you are writing a program. In that program, we are getting the scan up and print up, right? So in the scan up, we are getting now the data from the keyboard, and you are having print up. We can see the data in the monitor. Then if you are completing now, then you don't have any data. Instead of that one, your data we are going to place in a file, and your output you are going to store in a file. Then the data will be available permanently on the memory, right? Stored in memory, right? So the RAM memory is a volatile memory. If the power is off, then the content will be lost, right? Here stored in the disk is a non-volatile. So your hard disk is non-volatile. Whatever file you are going to store, the file is permanently available until the hard disk is crashed, right? So next, here we are having limited user interaction. Then we can, without file, we can have now limited user. So here we are having input output via file. So that is here we are giving the data from the file and we are executing something, and the result is going to be stored in another file. Then we can open the file in the monitor and we can see the content through that, right? So that is also possible. So you can write the data in the file and you are executing the program for reading that, getting the data from the file. Instead of that keyboard, we are getting the data from the file and then it will process and we are showing the output as a file, and you can get the data whenever we need. We can see the data as in the form of file as output. Here we are having the type of files, right? So we are having now text file. So you are writing some document, right? Document as text file. Your program is also a text file, right? So we are having now the text file. Then CSV, this is comma separated valued. So here this one as Excel file. As Excel file we can have now, right? Next one as binary file containing the data in the binary form. So the dot bin, right? So the binary is here in the form of the information in the form of a binary. So we are storing the data in the form of binary is the data file. So all hexadecimal value and we are having as a binary and we are storing the information in the form of binary. So text file and binary file is important, right? Text file and binary file, right? Next, how we can handle the file through the C program we are going to see now. For that, we are having a set of functions are available. The functions are defined in the standard IO. So fopen is used for opening or creating a file, right? Here, we want to create a new file. Then you have to give the name of the file and you have to set the in which drive you want to create and which folder you want to create and you have to give the one file name with fopen, right? Then it will create a new file. If the file is not available, it is creating now. If the file is available, it will erase that one and it will create. So you have to be careful with that. The file name is a new one. You see, you open the folder. In that folder, you check that one whether that the file name is already available. If already available, if you are giving that file name, then if you are using that fopen, then already existing content is going to be erased and it is created as a new file. Right? So you have to be careful with that. So, okay. Fopen is not like that. Fopen is going to be used if you are not having, then it is creating a new file and it will open. If fopen already existing, the existing file will be open, right? Not erased. Existing file will be open. Right? If you want to create a new file, you have to give a new name. Right? If you are want to update something and you can give the existing file and we can update. Then for that also you can open our existing file. So you can create a new file as well as you can open existing file using fopen function. So open is a create or otherwise existing file open. Next, here for writing something and reading and for that we are having a function fprintf. Fprintf is used for writing the content into the file. Fscanf is reading the content from the file. So the F is actually file, F file, right? Then F get C, one single character here, character by character. If you want to read that one, then you have to open that file. You want to use that function called F get C. F get C is single character, character by character. If you want to read, then if you are reading that using that F get C, it will read one character. Then pointer will move to next one. So next one character. So continuously, if you are reading the F get C, the character by character, we can read it. F-Putsi also we can use to write character by character. You are typing something A, B, C, then it will put the character by character into the file. Right. Next, F-Seek. F-Seek is here your file is there. Now your file is actually sequential file. Now if you are opening a file, now the file is having one file pointer. The file pointer is showing the first character. File pointer is showing the first character of the file. And then here, if you want to read in between some data, now you have to move your file pointer in somewhere else. So for that, we are having now fseek with the file pointer plus something 45 character afterwards. Then we can move the pointer to more than that one, and we can move your pointer to the particular location, and we can read the next coming data. For that, we are having the function called fseek. Ftell. Fseek is it will seek from the pointer location, right? The ftell is here, it will get the data. That also is. The rewind is here, if the file pointer is moving to the end, then you want to read once again. Then you have to go back the pointer using the function rewind. So for moving the file pointer, we are having the function fseek, ftell, rewind. Fseek is using the file pointer location, then it will go to the location, and from that location onwards, it will process. Ftell also, then we can go for the corresponding location. Rewind is it will come back from wherever that the pointer is there, it will come back to the back end, right? So the starting position. Next, close the file. If suppose you are opening the file for reading and writing, you are processing, after completing, then you have to close the file using the function called fclose. Then only the file pointer and everything is reset, and it will go for the first location closing now. Using fclose with file pointer, then it will close the file in proper way, and then only we can in future we can open that fopen to open the file, and you can process the same file. So for that, we have to use at the end, after completing all process of the file, then you have to go for file close. Next one, we are having that remove the file. You have to give the function called remove. Rename, you can change the name. Already what is the name of the file, and you have to rename the file. So file name is can be renamed through rename function. So these are all the functions. The functions are available in the standard io.h. So you are including the standard io.h, then we can use this set of functions. Now, I told you that what the file is going to be processed through a file pointer. For that, we are having that special pointer is called file. Then this pointer is file pointer. Then use in that file pointer, we can open a file with the file name. Then it will open the file, and it will the file pointer is moved to the first character of the first location of the file. So how do you use that one? You'll see. First, you have to declare one file pointer. So here we are having, for that we are having a file structure. Then we are giving one pointer, file pointer. So this pointer also has like that your int star p. Like we are having a pointer is the location where we can store the address of the file. Address of the file. So it will show the first location, the file pointer. Then you are opening the file. This is for read mode, or is read mode. Just you can read the content. Read mode, and we are having a file pointer. So what it will do now? This is the file data.txt. So this is the current directory. In that current directory, the file should be available. Then only it will open. If you are having now that full path, you have to give now c// then we are having user, and you are having your file name, your system name, and followed by your folder, and then you have to give now the file. This also possible to give a full path to get the corresponding one, right? Here, if you are giving a single name itself, what is the current directory it is executing? From the directory, it will search the file. If it is not there, it will create the file. So if you want to open the defined function file, you have to give a proper path. Data. So R is read mode. Okay. Then file opening mode, right? So here we are doing some mode. I told you that one. This is for reading the content. So read mode. Then W is write mode for opening the file, for writing some content, right? Writing the some content. If the existing file, if you are having the write mode, then it will delete all content and it will start now that one. So you have to be careful with, if you are opening the file with write mode, Then if it is new, then you have to give the separate name. If already existing name you are giving now with the right mode, then it will clear the existing content. So you have to be careful with. Then this is append. Append is you are having some content. Now you want to add further. This is the existing file. Now you are adding further information into the file. Then we can open that file with append. Our file pointer is opening that one, and our file pointer is moved to the next available location. Then whatever you are going to write, then it will write afterwards. And then you have to close the file. Then the file is now it is saving now with a new content. Then R plus is open existing file for both. So read write mode is R plus. Write and read mode W plus. Append and read mode A plus. These are all the modes of file, operating modes of file. So read, write, append. So read plus write plus read, then append plus read. We can have now. We can open that file with the fopen. Right? Fopen is opening the file with the file name, and also you have to add with in which mode we are opening the file, for reading or writing, or you can have. Otherwise, read and write R plus. F closes after completing all process. We have to close the file with the which file pointer we are using now for opening the file. Then using the file pointer, you have to close. Right? So the parameter is file pointer. You are giving file pointer. So if you are having a file, you are reading the file using the file pointer. After reading something, then we have to cut out the file pointer. For that, we are having now F close. So the reference is going to be terminated to the file. So the file is saved. Right. Now F printf is for writing the data. So you are having that hello. Then in which place you are having file pointer, from that one it will write the letter hello. Here fscanf with percentage dip ampersand n. Here the file pointer is there where we are having some data 40. Now what it will do now, through the file pointer, it will read one integer data, and the integer data is going to be placed on the variable n. So variable is ampersand n is the address of the variable n. We are making a copy. This content is read out and file pointer is moved to the next content. Fgetc for getting a single character. So using the file pointer. So if you are having a text file, PTU, then we are having a file pointer. Now if you use that fgetc, then it will read the first character. So CH is now P. Then once again, if you are using now the same statement, then the CH is T. Then reading one character and moving your pointer to next character. Then reading one character, moving the pointer to next. Continuously we can read that one. At the end, actually, we are having now in that file, we are having now the last one is here we are having EOF, end of file. FEOF, file end of file. The file pointer is, if you are having now, EOF is end of file, the last character. Then we are checking now whether that file is reaching the end of pointer, we can use now. So character by character, we can read now until the end of one, then we can read the full content of the file. F put C, we want to put one character on the file, right? We are opening one file. Now by this one, A is going to be placed using file pointer. So A is placed now. The file pointer is moved to next location. If you are using another put C with another character B, we are having now. Like it, you can write the content. Then if put C backslash n, it will go to the new line. So we are having now that character. Now reading full string, right? One string. So if you are having now, your file is having Puducherry Technological University. Now the full string you want to read, then we have to use string with the maximum number of character and using the file pointer. Now the file pointer is locating the first one, and it will read the total content, and place it into 100 character, and the 100 character of the variable string. So string is array of character with 100 size, then it will store the content into the variable string, array of character. So in that array of character, we are reading the content from file and we are placing now the file pointer is moved to after 100 characters. And yep, footers is foot string. So full string, the HI is one string. Using the file pointer, the total string is going to be placed using f footers. Footers is foot string. Then fuof. So you want to check the file pointer is reaching the end of file using the function fuof. Fuof of file pointer. Right? If not reaching, then we are having now check not file pointer. Then it is true. Then we have to read the character by character. When the file pointer reaching the end, then it will come out of that one while loop. Now, here you see this one fseek with file pointer with 0, and we are having seek end. Seek end means your file pointer is in the suppose in the start location and it will go for the end pointer. So UIF file. This from this one we want to update some data. We can update and the file pointer is closing. Now it will put the end of file at the end and it will close. So seek from end. This 0 is we are having offset from the secant, right? From the seek from the end, and you want to have that around previous to 100 character, you put the minus 100. So what it will do now, from the end to 100 character back, it will go to and it will place the file pointer. ftell. ftell is actually telling the file pointer location. So ftell is a function telling the file pointer in which place the file pointer. So the file pointer offset is going to be get now through ftell. In which place we are having now. Here using that one, then we can move some other place our file pointer to get some data in the file. And rewind is reset the pointer to start. Rewind. Now we see the simple program. So in the simple program, what we are doing now, we are opening that sample.txt for write mode, and then we are having now check if the file pointer is null. So if the file cannot be opened, the file pointer will be null. If it is creating a file, then file pointer is having something. So here if you are having null, then error opening the file. The file cannot be opened and return 1. So that is here, it will go for some error, then it will. Otherwise, now the file pointer is correctly open with something, then we can write the content. So printf using the file pointer and then followed by we are having a string. So this string is going to be right on your sample.txt file. So it will open one file with the sample.text on the current drive for write mode. So your pointer is here. Now the pointer is having the content. Hello, this is C programming and your cursor is moving to here. Right. Next we are having no file pointer with file handling example. So here it will print file handling example. If you are opening that file, after completing that one, we are closing that one. File pointer is closed, right? Close the file pointer. Now it will complete and it will close that one. And now the file is saved. And if you are opening from the particular location you are open, you can see the content in the monitor. You can see the content. So data returned successfully and we are closing now, right? Just we are giving now that one prompt as data returned successfully and return. So here in that file, if you are opening that file, we are having this content. Next for reading, and the same one I want to read the content, right? So I want to read the content. So this is already creating a file. Now you have to use that one. First, what step is required now? You have to declare one file pointer. And if you want to read the character by character, then we can use that one, or otherwise here there is no. So here now, what it is, you are opening the file. So already we are creating the sample.txt. You are opening the file in the read mode. with the file pointer. The file pointer is so if the file is available, then it will have that one not null. It will have some location, some value, not zero, right? Now we are going to open the character by we are getting the character by character. So ch is a character variable. We are reading now character by character, right? So character by character reading, and we are putting the character into the monitor. So reading the content and we are putting the character in the monitor until the end of file. So the full file is read out by character until the end of file. So we can see the content in the monitor. Put char is placing the character. So reading the character and placing the character on the monitor. Then it will continuously read the character until the end of file. Because of the while loop, the character by character reading and print writing on the monitor. At the end, then it will reach the end of file. The end of file is a pointer. We can't be visible now. The end of pointer is that, as like that in the string we are having \0 is the end. Similarly, in the file we are having now EOF is a flag. EOF is a flag. So that flag is set now here. End of file. Using that only, then we can find out whether we are reaching the end of the file. Then after completing that one, we have to close. Yeah, whenever we are reading, writing file, at the end we have to close the file. This return 0 is for your main program is end main. So you have to return 0. Now in that monitor, we can see the content. Then you want to open the file for append mode, right? So we are adding some content afterwards of already existing. So already existing, we are having 2 line of statement in the sample.txt. Now we are opening the file in the append mode. Then if you are typing a new string, then that will be print now as a new line is added. So the third line, already 2 lines are there. The third line, we are having this content and then we are closing. Now you are adding one more line within that existing file. This is a way of appending your existing file with new data at the end. Next, count the character, word and line. So from the file, you want to find out how many number of characters, how many number of words and how many number of lines in that particular file. For that, we are having a simple program. Now, the three information we are having: number of character, number of word, number of line. Then you have to declare 3 variable with initially we are having 0. Now we are going to count now, right? In words, right? Now, what is we are opening the file and then you have to read the character by character. Then character by character we are reading now. Then the character plus we are getting now the content, right? Whenever we are reaching that particular character is \n, then it is a new line. Then we are having the line is increment now, right? So each and every character at the end we are having that in \n, it is invisible. So every time then we are reading this particular character, this is a single character. Character by character we are reading now. At the end we are reading this character. Then at the time we encounter then \n, you have to increment the line. Then it will give the line count. Then word. In that word what we need is, so word by word, then one blank space, another word will be there. One blank space, another word. So this blank space is going to be count. Then we can get now the word by list. This is word 1, word 2, word 3. Through the space, then we are having. So here we are having now, if is the space of the character, if space is a function. So you check now whether if the space, right, then we have to go for incrementing the word. Else if not in word, then we are having now the word is going to be added, increase the number of word. Next, we are having now at the end we have to close the file and we are number of characters, number of word and number of lines as a output. Next, here we can write the record by record, right? Record is the structure. So this is one record information. Now we are creating that two or three students information and we want to place the content, right? So now you see we are having now one record. The record is having three information: ID, name, and then mark. Right? Now you want to place that content into your file. Now student.date is a binary file, so DAT. Then we have to write binary WP. Right? Then here, how do you write that one? This is a one record. So one record is going to be placed on it. So for that, what we need is address of that record, then followed by what is the size of the record. Size of the variable name itself is giving the size of the record, and one record with file pointer. Now it will open the file and it will read the total record into the location. So for that, what we need is what's the size? What is the size of that record? Then you have to give now the size and one record itself. At that time, we can write the 10th record. And how it is, we are having an array of 10 record. Then that if you are giving this 10, the total record is going to be placed on as a bulk of data and in the file. F closes, we are closing now. The data written in the binary form. So the record is going to be placed in the binary form. Then the same way you can read the content. You can see that. Read the content, right? So the same structure. And then we have to use for read binary. And then you have to use f read, where f write is here f read. So reading the content with ampersand yes. So the s is one, already we are having one structure name. Then this is waiting for getting the data from the file. Right? Then we are giving now the address of that yes, and we are getting now the size of the yes, and we are giving now one with the file pointer. In the file already we are writing the content one Lakshman with 95.5. Then this total content is going to be read out and it will fill the record. So one Lakshman and then we are having 95.5. This information is there, right? Now this information is a structure. Then using the structure here s dot id is 1. It will print on the monitor, and s dot name is we are having the name through the record, right? So here this S is a structure, then field ID, field name, and field mark. Then Lakshman, and then we are having 95.5. This content is going to be printed on the monitor. So we are reading the file content into the variable as a structure, and then we are we are printing the content field by field in the monitor. Now the file pointer function, I told you that one. Here file pointer 0 and f set. F set is here we are going to have beginning and seek current. So the current is current position, we can get it now. We can get it now through that one, right? Then seek end is it will go to the end position. F tell us it will give the current position. So in which position the file pointer is now in the file, we can see using that post. Right, rewind is beginning, right? Go to beginning. The error handling is here you have to make, suppose the file is not there, right? Then it will be null, file cannot be open, it will be null. Then you can tell it now error opening the file cannot be open. Now you are removing that old file.txt, is deleting the file. Then remove old rename is old.txt as new.txt. We are changing the name of the file. Already existing file can be changed through the rename function. So what's the difference between the text file and binary file? So text file is we can read the content, and binary file is only the machine readable function. So whatever the content you are writing, then is a binary form. Then we can read the content in the binary form and we can see the content, right? In between, then we cannot read the content. Next, the storage is character by character. Here we are having bit by bit. Then file size is larger in the text file. Here the binary file is somewhat smaller. Okay. Right here, read write functions are print up, scan up, f print up, f scan up, f gets, F put as F read, F write. So these are all the read write function for the file handling. F printf is as like your printf, we are having that file pointer using file pointer. Then file scanf, file get as get one string, put as put one string, read the structure of the record, then write the structure of record. We can use it now. So advantage is we are having the permanently store the data, easy data sharing between the program. So we can by using pen drive, then we can save it and we can go to the another system and we can read it now. Random access possible. So we can have that from that one we can seek anywhere else we want to read the content. Support the structured data storage, right? So we are having not the binary file as like that in structure we can place it now, and structure by structure we can place it as a record, and then we can read the content in the block of record itself. Then it's very easy using the binary file. That's all the file handling in C language. We can stop here. We'll continue by next lecture.